What is going on YouTube? I'm back making a brand new crypto TV episode. In today's episode, we're going to be looking at XRP, Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as the S&P 500 if we have time. Specifically in today's video, we're going to really be just analyzing the market, really figuring out exactly what is going on. Obviously, we saw a massive, explosion in price in most of the cryptocurrencies. We then saw a massive correction in price in the cryptocurrencies, and we're now kind of floating in the middle here, kind of hitting some turbulence as we start to trade out sideways. In today's video specifically, I really want to talk about where the market might be headed, kind of playing this conservative, not too aggressive, kind of folding back or falling back just a little bit so we can get a better footing on where the market's headed, and we'll start picking up on the trades. Otherwise, guys, if you are new to the channel, definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up as this does help support the YouTube algorithm. Otherwise, let's jump right into today's episode. Alright guys, yesterday's video we discussed the possibilities of buying in for a short, XRP Ripple buying back in, correcting to the downside. I really want to continue off that, getting a better look at the market and kind of figuring out where we're pretty much headed. I mean, honestly, as you can clearly see in the coin market cap, this was just refreshed a few minutes ago, but you can see we are still in this bear market. We are still in what appears to be a short, as all the cryptocurrencies, top 10 that is, are down quite a bit. And in the past couple of days, XRP, in regards to what I mean by shorting, is down. It's down 10% in the past 7 days. Bitcoin Cash is also down 14.7%. You can see on XRP, the 10% drop was literally only made up of probably maybe 2 or 3 days in this short right here. All right, it might even be 1 day. This might be 1 day of, resistance and correction where we're seeing that 9 or 10% right there. But all the other cryptocurrencies are pretty much down double digits in regards to a weekly trend. Now, I do just want to jump right into the market, kind of get a better look at what exactly, is happening, what we're referring to. I do have XRP pulled up, the XRP Tether pair on Bityard here. And really what we've been focusing in on is the fact that we're definitely hitting that turbulence. That's what I've been explaining. We've had some clear moves to make money. Clear, skyrocket, capitalize off the, the moonrise to the upside, capitalize off the correction back down to our price floor, and then money on the upside. And now we're kind of hitting consolidation. Yesterday, we considered a possibility for a short, which is why we're seeing so much, uncertainty right here. And you can see really where the market's kind of panning out. We're actually hitting the 5 and 10 day moving averages on XRP to Tether, which is throwing in some curveballs into the market and definitely some turbulence, like I was saying. So really what I think we should do right now is kind of just hold back and kind of see where this market is playing. There are plenty of opportunities to be buying back into this market. So really just be patient. It's not worth, investing in a trade and losing out on money when we can, base our skills and figure out when the next potentially 90% gain is available. This way we are 90% confident that that trade is going to blast off instead of buying in here when we're kind of getting at, 40 or 50%. It could go either way. Obviously, we are literally flatlined right in the middle here where we've had the past 4 days now kind of trade at the same price at 62 cents, maybe 63 cents. And honestly, it looks like we have, the price floor at 50 cents and a price ceiling at 70. So we're really just trading out inside of this, in this triangle or in this channel right here. Obviously, when the time does, approach itself, which it will, and the opportunity presents itself, we'll obviously be buying back into the market. With that knowledge, I highly recommend you take advantage of Bityard's platform while we are still, talking about it. As you know, I use Bityard to basically capitalize off of trading, leveraging, shorting, creating stop losses on the market. It's my main go-to for my Patreon, as well as I believe it's Bitfinex, but that's Bybit, I believe it was. I can't really remember exactly. I've discussed it on Patreon, but specifically we're looking right now at consolidation. We're waiting for the opportunity to buy in. This is honestly the best time for you to set up an account, get ready to buy in, and trade around on their demo. They do clearly offer a demo account right here. Clicking on that gives you $100,000 in trading margin, which you can just play around with and test your skills. Just figure out a way to maybe create 5 profitable trades, test your skills. If you can do that, then switch over to, trading around with real money and you'll be a little more confident in the game. Otherwise, moving into the other cryptos, you can see right now, I also did link, Bityard in the description and Patreon in the description down below if you wanted to check it out. But you can see XRP is doing that trading that we're talking about, that sideways trading. I had a chart closer to 50 cents, which is right around here. And then we have our top resistance at 70 cents. That's clear. But honestly, it looks like we're just consolidating. We broke bearish outside of an ascending triangle, and now we're kind of just floating sideways. So the market is definitely setting some very interesting patterns. I wouldn't say right now is your best opportunity to buy in, as we are looking on the 4-hour. Onto the daily, you can kind of see what we're referring to, that 50 cent, barrier right around, I'd say it's right around here. It shows a little bit better on the tether pair than to the US dollar. But you can just see the consolidation we're having right now in between the top and bottom resistance and supports. So it's mainly just the consolidation phase. That's really what I want to talk about today. A lot of the other cryptocurrencies are showing that too. They're showing consolidation, even though it looks like they want to see a pullback, even though that I am still very prepared for correction. I wouldn't be surprised if we see another dip. If we see another pullback back down to bottom support at 541 on Ethereum, and it pulls the rest of the cryptocurrencies down with it. There's a clear uptrend. We're hanging out pretty high up. Honestly, a bottom, correction would help this coin pump even higher. But right now, we're really just waiting to fill in the gap. Otherwise, that's pretty much Ethereum. The same exact pattern is also showing on Bitcoin, where we just really need to fill the gap as we're hitting resistances here, where we did cross over, became, bearish cross right there, showing signs of what could be a bearish market. But honestly, we're waiting for the consolidation to pretty much fill out. That's really the end game right now, is we need to fill the gap. We need to be patient. Wait until at least, I would say, another week. We need a week of just this sideways trading to, maneuver ourselves for what could be a pop above, 19.5 or a break below this resistance. It's clear as day. We know it's coming. We know that if at any point we close a candle above 70 cents on XRP, or above $610 on Ethereum, or above $19,600 on Bitcoin, we know if we close above that level, we're headed back to the upside, So that's a key indicator. If we don't break through that, it's going to be filling in this gap. And then we have to base our potential for a correction below the uptrends and seeing a reversal to the downside. Lastly, looking at Litecoin, the same thing applies. The coin is actually doing fairly well compared to the other ones, trading slightly above resistance here. You can see it's pretty much just, hanging out. It's a very interesting coin. I'm not going to spend too much time on Litecoin, as it doesn't show to be the best to trade around with right now. The other coins are a little more revealing. And lastly, we have the S&P 500, which is doing okay. It's surprising to see that we're actually pumping higher, but we're definitely in a very interesting scenario in this coin. And I'd love to hear you guys' feedback, not only on Patreon, but on the channel as well in the comments. As you guys can clearly see, we have been in an 11-year ascending, channel, a widening ascending triangle with a clear bottom support and a clear top resistance. And we've been trading this for a long time, since 2010, let's say. You can see this is 2011. So the past almost 10 years right now. The crazy thing about this pattern is every time we hit top resistance, we usually correct lower. Problem is we don't know how long that's going to take. So granted, we've hit it here, corrected lower, hit it here, corrected lower. We've even had smaller dips, which we're seeing now. But notice this was 4 years, practically 4 years, maybe 3 years of consolidation at the top resistance, pumping higher. It's very possible that the coin can easily go like this and just trade on this and head up higher. Very possible. So it really puts this very interesting feeling in mind. We do have the inauguration coming soon, sometime in January or the end of this month. So we really have to be patient and figure out where the market is going to be headed. We really have to see, is this the top resistance? Are we going to breach through here and fall back down to bottom neckline support? Or are we going to continue breaking out to all-time highs, which we are currently doing? We are currently at all-time highs. So it's definitely a very interesting case scenario. I want to buy back in, but it'd be foolish to buy back in at a spot in the market where we are extremely overextended, almost retesting overbought markets, and, bullish cross on the MACD. So things are interesting. Otherwise, guys, that's pretty much going to wrap up today's video. If you are new to the channel, definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up, and I'll see you in tomorrow's episode. Peace.